Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. Are you guys ready to get to work? I'm excited. Excited to draw my OCs. I've already been drawing my OCs today actually. It's like just before stream, I was kind of like I want to get a feel for my OC's face. So I was just drawing a portrait and I think I figured it out. I've been trying to like determine between like two like eye shapes and I tried both out and I realized that I like one over the other. Not what I originally planned him to look like, but you know what? It's fine. It works. But anyway, let me know how you guys are doing and don't forget check-ins as we work. But I'm gonna actually I don't know, like, do we want to get into it? I don't know. I need to hold up. Let me blink real quick. I had an eye appointment today. I saw the optometrist and they dilated my eyes. This was like a couple of hours ago, so I should be fine. But when I first got it done, I was like, when I first put in the eye drops, I was like, I don't feel it. And then like a couple minutes passed, and I'm like, oh shit, everything's kind of blurring around the edges. But anyway, which by the way, if any of you are curious, I technically, like, yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. Technically, I do need glasses, but the prescription is so little that it is basically not any different. It's just if I did get glasses, which I was kind of thinking about it, but I decided no, because it's just that little bit of a change. So anyway, my prescription is so little that it basically just makes like my vision just slightly sharper, and that's it. But otherwise, my vision is great, which is good. I want to keep it that way. I have been blessed with good eyes in multiple senses, not just like vision, but I think in taste and stuff. So I want to keep it that way. I have blessed eyes, holy eyes. That's what I got, and we're gonna keep. I want to keep it that way. So let us get working. I do have a bunch of poses in mind that I want to draw these new OCs doing, but I think we have to. I want to figure out what their face looks like first. I think that's kind of important. So we're just gonna do a quick portrait before getting into all of the fun poses. I was like, what are we doing? When my vision goes, everything goes. That's what it feels like. It's blurring. Are we live? I think we are live. Okay, good. Just making sure. What is happening today? Hold on a second. Where the hell is he? Hold up. I asked Army to keep me company on stream today, and he's not here. Fucker. Hello, Coolio Julio. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, let's get to work. Yeah, drawing OCs. I can't wait. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, here. Blank canvas. That's great. You guys can't see this. Oh, actually, I should download. Oh, did I download it? I did sketches earlier of one of the characters, Luo, and I really liked how that turned out. And for some reason, I want to keep it up on screen, but I don't necessarily need to. Maybe just to reference my own art. You guys ever do that where you're like, I don't remember how to draw, or you drew something really good once, and it's like, oh, great. He's my OC. Luo is my OC. It's in the title. We're drawing our original characters today. The title says it all. Where am I going? Hold on. I will show in a hot second. I'm getting the file up. Here are the portraits that I did of him just to try to figure out what his face looks like, his eye shape, blah blah blah. And I really like how this looks. And I think we're trying to figure. I was also trying to figure out which color scheme to do, either the blue one or the red one. And I think the blue one. I feel like deep down, I always like the red one a little, or the blue one a little more than the red one. But when I first imagined him, I maybe thought of him with red hair, so I was like, maybe we should stick with the blue one. Yeah, the gray one, I guess. I guess it's technically gray. It's a blue. It's a shade of blue, but okay. I think we'll keep with the blue one, but the red one will be missed. I did like the bright red hair a lot. But yeah, I think we're good with the blue one. But anyway, we have another OC that we have to draw. And I should actually get that Oh, I had a sketch later. Never mind. Well, okay, we had to get the second one up. Let me show you guys. His boyfriend, essentially. TLDLR, boyfriend, the other OC. And then we'll get into sketching. Well, I already have a concept done. It's like red and blue. Where is it? Oh my god. Oh wait. No. Cancel. Wait, did I click the right button? Oh, I didn't. Import. Import an image, please. And you have two of them fused? What is this? Steven Universe? Like, is this Dragon Ball? Why are we fusing characters? Anyway. Where is that file? I name all my files, but I can never find them. I always go by thumbnail. Do you guys do that where you're like in your files, you look at the thumbnail rather than a name? Because yes, well, then my reason for not doing it is because no. There you go. Yeah, see, here's the blue one. I think pair 1 looks the best. Yeah, so we will stick with the gray version, but we need to draw this one's face because I don't exactly know what it looks like, and I don't want to exactly wing it. Technically, this is winging it, but I like planning it. Like, see, this came out great, and I want to do that for the other characters. We can just feel out his face or what he looks like. Anyway, let's just get sketching that first. Yeah, but let me know how you guys are doing. It is hot today. Every stream, I just come on and I'm like, it's hot today because it's summer. And that's all I got going on with me. Yeah, fusion, huh? God. Uh-oh. Is my pen working? Hello? Oh, we're on the object tool. No wonder. That's why. Okay, good. Okay. Woo, everything's working. Thank God. We're just gonna do like a simple portrait. Again, we're just filling out his face. But something in me, I don't know if you guys also do this, but even if it's just simple, I always want a reference for it. Even though it's not necessary. I always want a reference for everything. If I just look up like a portrait. I had one earlier. I should say that. Ah, it's right here. Pinterest is so smart. Pinterest is like, oh, I remember what you're looking at. I know exactly what you're looking for. God, this cover is so good by Plave. I love it. This song is originally by Charlie Puth, so it's kind of interesting hearing K-pop idols like Western music. Music is music, but you know, cross cultural. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna wing this. Hot Guy July kind of helped me, or drawing hot guys for 30 days straight as a monthly challenge did help me, but still kind of iffy, you know? It's still a learning process. And I can never draw stuff like symmetrical either. Yeah, fusion is such an interesting concept as like a mechanic or a power or a power set in media. And Steven Universe had just like took it to a whole different level. That's like a whole different reference. I don't know. It's such a big thing. In Dragon Ball, it's kind of like this little, not little thing, but it's like a thing you can do, but it's not like the main premise. But in Steven Universe, it's such a big part of the show. We're just gonna do a simple like bust because we don't need to. This is very facial focused. I'm just trying to feel out what his face looks like, where his hair falls on his face, blah blah blah. What was I gonna say? Well, my eye appointment army, I feel like I saw. Okay, so you know how we talked about this the other day, but there's the little meme about the red house on the hill and it blows puff of air into your eyes. I got into my appointment. They're like, all right, sit down, put your chin on this thing, forehead touching, blah, blah, blah. And then you look into this, look into this thing. And I was like, I stuck my head in and I saw the red house and I was like, oh my God. I started panicking a little bit because I'm like, I know exactly what is happening. I know exactly what's happening. But nothing happened. I think she just used it to look at my eyes. Because there was no puff of air. And I got out there and then she was like, all right, I have this little thingy and I'm going to test your eye pressure. And I was like, wait. Like, I thought that was what the red house on the thing was. And she was like, oh, yeah. I mean, you can do it that way, but this thing is a lot easier. It's this little machine that, I don't know if this is better or worse. I don't know if the air puff is worse or better than this. But it's a little machine that she sticks up close to your eye, and it taps your eye very slightly. And that's how it tests out your eye pressure. But it taps your eye, it literally touches your eye. So I don't know if the puff of air is better or worse than that. I don't know which one I would rather prefer. Anyway, my vision is great. I've always been blessed with like really good vision, which is funny because like when I was a kid, I was told to wear glasses because I was nearsighted, but I never wore them. And then like a couple years later, when I went into the optometrist again, they're like, "Oh, you have 20/20 vision. You don't need glasses." And I was like, "Oh, my eyes are just good, or just better." I'd rather the puff of air. It was like a really slight tap, but it did startle me. The worst thing about today's appointment was like she shined like a bright light into my eyes when she was checking my peripherals because she was checking for like holes in the side of my eyes or anything like that. And that she was just shining like this huge bright ass light in my eyes that I couldn't even see. And every time she'd be like, look at my feet or look down to your left, I would be like, I would struggle because my eyes are so focused on this bright light. I don't know if the puff of air is better, honestly, but what else? Yeah, so I have my vision isn't as clear anymore. I think it's with like age and like staring at a computer maybe, but they prescribed me glasses, but it's like negative 0.5. Very slight. Like that's my prescription. It's very, very slight. And even when she was doing like the number 1, number 2, okay, how about 2 and 3? When she was doing that, it was like very, like just like a little sharpness, you know? Like she just, like each lens that she was showing me just made everything just slightly sharper. Nothing too dramatic. Like with or without the glasses, I could still see. It just made the images sharper. And I opted not to get glasses because at that point, like, it's nothing. It's basically nothing. What I miss? Oh, we're just sketching. And don't forget to check in, guys. We're just sketching, and we're talking about my eye appointment today. My eyes got dilated, and that was quite an experience. Dropping eye drops into my eyes and being blurry. When she first did it, I was like, all right, I don't feel anything. And then a couple minutes passed, I look at all the edges around started blurring. I was like, oh, it's happening. And then like when I got out and it was bright as hell, I couldn't see anything. My eyes were literally closed. I was like, holy shit. I can't see anything. The car license plate that was in the lane next to me, a little ahead, I could not see, and it felt really weird. It gave me a headache, but I'm okay now. I'm pretty sure it's worn off, and I can use heavy machinery now. So we're Gucci. We're good. We're good. And then I didn't get the puff of air test, the memeable or the infamous puff of air staring at the red house on the hill. There was some sort of test that did have that imagery, but it wasn't that specific. There was no puff of air. It was kind of like, what you call, it was like, fine. No puff of air, anything, nothing traumatic, but she did test the pressure of my eyes by sticking a thing that tapped my eye, and that was weird. But otherwise, we're fine. Oof, also his neck. I can't get this right. then his neck is supposed to be like straight. Maybe I should like just redraw it, period. Also, I think it's still a little too skinny. That's just my life normally. Yeah, I don't really see. Like, my eyes are really good, so I've never had issues with my eyes. Only as a kid, which is funny that as a kid it kind of corrected itself. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. But I'm glad I don't. I did technically need glasses. She did prescribe me some, but I was like it's not gonna make a difference. It's nothing too dramatic, I should say. Okay, we're gonna see if the size is better. No one sees like I do because I can't really see. Yeah, I mean, I have friends who can't even see like 6 inches in front of them, which is crazy to me. That's insane. I can't imagine that, just having no vision or not being able to see. I was kind of worried that when she dilated my eyes that this was going to affect my art. But it's like whenever your eyes get dilated, it's never that dramatic. I was just being paranoid. I never know how to draw noses in the front view. It always, whenever I do this, it reminds me of a frog and bothers me. It makes it look funny. If I hold my phone too far, you look like a gerber. Cool. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? From like afar. I always have to draw the noses first. If I draw the nose first, it helps me figure out where everything else is aligned. But yeah, that was my morning. Just an eye appointment, and that kind of affected my entire day. But no, it's not like I do anything anyway. Shout out to Jebel, whose birthday is today. My mod, who sometimes is here, sometimes is not here. But anyway, it's Jebel's birthday today, which I low-key kind of forgot until I went on Discord. And I saw that her status was birthday today, and I was like, oh, it's Jebel's birthday. I better say happy birthday. Because I did not remember. I didn't remember. Jebel birthday, yeah. I have a lot of friends who have their birthday in August, actually. But another big birthday month is May, because one, my birthday's in May, and then like a lot of my family and friends are also in May. But May and August are kind of like my busiest like birthday months. Like 2 is a lot, like even so, but May is a lot. I wonder what is the most common month to be born on or born in. I feel like it is random, but I think I know there are some people who like strive for like a certain day or a certain month, right? They're like, all right, you know what? It's the perfect time to start, harboring that baby. Because if we do it now, it'll be born on this month, and that's a good month, I hear that with like superstitious people, especially in like Chinese, like Asian cultures. Is that like that? Is it September? Is that because of like the 9 month period of like of like Valentine's Day being 9 months before September? Is that what it is? Or is that just like random? Is it just coincidental, or what is the deal with that? Christmas? Really? Okay. Did I make his eyes too small? Sometimes I make them too small. Sometimes I make them too big. I barely meet November people. I know a couple people in November. But yeah, it's not like it's not like a very common birthday. I feel like a lot of people, yeah, or May is a big one. August is also a big one. Yeah, August for sure. May for sure. That's like a family thing though, and a couple of friends. I was just interested, but anyway, what else is happening? Ooh, I'm excited. The hot weather and everything is making me really want to go swimming. And I forgot my friend has a pool. She has a pool. I forgot. And I went to her house the other day and I was like, dang, I wish I brought a swimsuit. She was like, how about next Saturday? Are you free? And I was like, I mean, we're hanging out like right now, but all right, I'll come down next week. Sure. Nah, I'd swim. Would you swim in the ocean? If I threw you in the ocean, like if you were like desperate, would you? Or how desperate would you have to be to swim in the ocean? Also, hold on, I want to see this. Like, what direction is he looking in? Okay, he's just looking straight. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing Saturday, and I'm excited. We're gonna buy snacks and stuff. Or I want to buy snacks. You know what's a really good pool snack? Watermelon. Mm-mm-mm. Watermelon on the pool side? It was so good. Ooh, ooh, I'm so excited. Oh my god. I don't. Hold up. Is this how we want his eyes to be? I don't know. I'm trying to give them different eye shapes, but it's harder. It's easier said than done. Because I think Luo's eyes are more like straight, so his eyes can be a little more angular. Yeah, I think that looks good. When I flip them, I know it's gonna be weird. I hate it. I hate flipping the canvas, but it's so important. But it just reveals how wonky my art looks at first. It really like tests my patience as an artist. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, hold up, go back. Keeping everything symmetrical is really hard unless you have tools. His face is still unsymmetrical. I hate it. Like a fucking That's why this is why it takes me like 2 hours to just sketch one little thing. Come on. Okay, that looks more even, but his pupils still look a little funky. Wow, everyone's lurking today. It's one of those days, I guess. Yeah, it is kind of like even I'm kind of feeling it where I just want to be kind of lazy. I wonder if it's because I had an appointment today that I feel sort of this way. God, drawing today. Yeah, I can't believe we're doing 4 drawing streams this week. We're making up for like last like Sunday, but still. What is happening with this? We may have to redraw his face, unless I can fix it. Today, I accidentally, so how do I explain what happened? It's kind of miraculous. I opened the car door, and the car door, like, ricocheted or did that thing where it recoils. It, like, comes in a little, and then it goes back out, like, it bounced a little. And when it did that, it, like, when it came back in a little bit, it crashed into my hand, and it bent my ring finger nail to the point where it flipped up and over and I'm surprised like my nail didn't break. But like, oh my god, that's so painful, and shit like that always happens to me where I accidentally open something and it recoils. I did that once with my car trunk. I opened the car trunk and it bounced hard when it hit the top, and then it went back down a little and it hit me in the eye. To the point where I thought like I had a black eye, but when I walked in and looked in the mirror, I was fine. But it felt bad. But stuff like that happens to me all the time. Okay, what is up with the eye? I think his eye line is too far down. I think that's what happened. Too high. It's too tall. But yeah, I always. So I'm dealing with that. My eyes. It even like a couple hours have passed, but it's still there's like a little stingy pain, and I hate it. I hate it. Ooh. Even thinking about it and like the thought of it makes me a little queasy. Taking forever just drawing this guy's eyes. It's important. Although I do have to cut myself some slack, so because everything looks better when you draw everything together. So like after the hair and stuff like that, I think everything will come together. Also, he looks weird without his glasses, so we're gonna have to draw that. Oh yeah, his mouth. My day's been all right. What's been going on in the world? I don't know. I don't really draw my OCs like before I have a reference of them, or like not even like a reference, but because I technically do have that, but those are just like very concepty, very messy, not clean. So usually, like the first thing after I sketch out an OC is I make their reference sheet. So this is kind of weird. This is very weird and unnatural to me. Yeah, I feel like I want to take a nap. Like the weather and the timing. But we're working, we're drawing. Maybe we'll end stream early, like at least an hour early or something. Cause God, you guys are also making me sleepy. You know, the thing is, I was actually right before I had to stream, like after I finished the first sketch of my character, I tried doing a quick sketch of this guy, and I didn't like it. So that's why we're doing this here, so I can redo it. But it's still not working out. I think it's just kind of hard to draw. Okay, this doesn't look too bad, but I wonder if I want to. Okay, we're gonna add the glasses and then figure it out, because something in me wants to give them like bottom eyelashes, like long bottom eyelashes. I got like a into what do you call it? Like a compliment by accident. My optometrist was talking about she was looking at my retinas, right, or whatever, like the back of my eye, or the picture of my eye, whatever was going on, and she was explaining something to me, and I noticed that in the picture there was like this dark shadow around the edges, and I was like, "What is that?" She was like, "Oh, that's just your eyelashes. They got in the way. They're just because they're so long." And I was like, "My oh yeah, my long lashes." Oh yeah, totally. That happens all the time. I'm like playing it off, but I was like, my long lashes. Wow. Did not know that I had them, but I was like, oh, doctor, stop. A little bit. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think when we draw the hair, everything will sort of come together, hopefully. I've been told my lashes are long. Like, it's a really common thing for guys to have long lashes. And I don't know why. It's not like you guys are using it for anything, and I don't understand why. You know how many women would love long eyelashes, and yet for some reason, like, men are just giving it for free. My eyelashes weren't actually this long. It's cuz I purposely did something to them to get them to where they are. So in Japan when I was traveling, I knew that a beauty product that is very common is eyelash serum, where it just grows your eyelashes very long naturally, and I bought that and I used that. So that's why my lashes are long. I put in the effort. See, I wasn't born naturally with them. I will be honest. Okay, like, beauty's pain, beauty needs work, but sometimes you guys just get it lucky, get it for free. I don't get why. Give them to me. Give me your lashes. That's not fair. Anyway, what a compliment, right? Like, that's a good thing. Having long lashes, it makes you look like, I don't know, beautiful, pretty. So be thankful. I traded my eyesight for God gave you bad eyesight, but long lashes. You know, he had to balance it out. They had to balance it out somehow. That's funny. I guess in that way, then he gave me short eyelashes but good eyesight. So it's like, pick your poison, I guess. Whoops, I drew this wrong. I think his hair, from the sketch that I did, goes this far in. You know this character, or Neon, that's his name. We should start calling him by his name, because they actually have names. Neon has a little bit of Zane from Love and Deed Space in him. Just a little bit, you know. I took all my favorite things, all the things I wanted to put in OC, and I put them into him. He got the good genes. Boy 1, guy 2. Yeah, exactly. They actually have names, so we should actually call them by their names. The blue one and the red one. That's also another one that we've been throwing around. The undecided guy versus the non-decided guy, or what was the other one that we had? Grim Reaper vampire guy. That's also another one. But they have names. We should start calling them by their names. Blueberry and strawberry. That's so cute. That's really cute. I was thinking that would have, if they ever did have like merchandise or little mascots, because sometimes with like merchandise, you, instead of having the actual character, you have a mascot that represents them. I think Neon's mascot would be like a black cat with bat wings, and then Luo's would be like a dog with bird wings or crow wings, because his whole thing is like a raven or a crow, and I think it's cute. Like, I kind of want to. Can I doodle it on the side? Is what that would look like. Like, I feel like this would be like make like great merchandise, you know? Like, it's just like this stupid little thing, and it's got like, and it's got his glasses. There, that's his. Oh, see, that would be so cute. See, merchandise. See, there you go. Okay, his wings wouldn't be so big, but you know, like this is his mascot, and then Luo's mascot would be like. Okay, how do we do this? I'm doing this on the spot. I love it. See? Like that. Yeah. I love him. Stubby body. What is happening here? Nose. There you go. Better. Just play around the idea, and then like what, bird wings? How do you do that? There. Oh, I was waiting for this cover or this track to come on the playlist. Anyway, that would be their mascots. I love it. Okay, we're gonna hide them. Back to sketching. I thought of everything. God, I don't like how I did this. Because it needs... I only drew like maybe like 3 parts of the bangs, but I think he needs 4. Because there's a lot of space in between here and here. which doesn't look good. God, this sketch is coming messy. Oop. I don't like... How do we draw him? There you go, a little better. I have a bad habit of making the mouth too wide, and it looks funny. Your eyes should never go past, or your mouth should never go past, like, the middle of your eyes. Unless you're exaggerating it, but that's different, you know? But naturally, they shouldn't go past that. You can kind of see in the mirror if you look. That's exactly where the corners of your lips end up. The more you know. We're making up his hair on the spot now. I had a sketch of it, but it doesn't fully work. When you put it into practice, it doesn't fully work out. Oh, wait. I think I have an idea of what I could do. There you go. I don't know. I never know how to draw hair. I can't come up with hairstyles on the spot. By the way, we're just continuing yesterday's playlist because yesterday we were like 3 hours into a 4-hour playlist, and I was like, what other songs are in here? So instead of starting over, we're just continuing where we left off, and it should be looping within an hour or so. I think this comes out a little too hard. I like voluminous hair, but that's a little much. There we go. God, I have family over, and family coming over later, and I'm excited because every time family comes over, it means free food. It means like one, we eat good, right? Because like my family are like right here, and I don't get to pay for it because I'm the baby. And it's great food. I know. I'm so excited. Like, and every time they're like, "Oh, what should we eat?" I'm like, "Hot pot, Korean barbecue." And sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. But when it does, it's like, "Yes, yes, yes! I did it! Score!" Okay, I don't know how I did. Okay, so in the original sketch that I did, I like the way I did his hair, but I can't draw it again anymore for some reason. Like, it just looks kind of messy, but the way I did it before, it just looks clean. How did I do that? How the fuck? Okay, that looks better. Okay. Maybe we just gotta finish the other side. Fortunately, I had to back out. Alright, bye-bye. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I think we're at a point after this stream we can start working on references because I think I have a clear idea of what their designs are and stuff like that. So the next thing that I would really want to do is make it official and make reference sheets for them. So that one, other people can draw them, and two, like I have something to look back on that I can reference whenever I need to draw them. Like if I ever forget, I can be like, oh wait, like he looks like this, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, okay. We should save. This is a new file, so I get to call it something. We get to name it on the spot. Okay. Neon portraits. I named this guy Neon, or Nian, because there's a Zenless NPC who has that name, and I just sort of liked that. Blueberry and strawberry. That would have been a good one, but this is only strawberry. Or no, yeah, this is strawberry only, and blueberry's not in this one. Anyway, but recently I just discovered that Neon or Neon is the name of a monster in like Chinese mythology. Basically, the neon monster is a monster that comes out every new year, and it lives in the mountains, and it comes out every new year and eats people. It's like this horned beast, and it's kind of fun, but I was like, oh, I mean, it kind of works. Berry 1 versus Berry 2. Yeah, okay, next time. Yeah, his face needs to be, his eyeline needs to be a little higher, but now his face looks weird. Like, it needs to be, like, skinnier. But now that ruins everything. It messes up all the other anatomy or everything that we had here. Like, I low-key don't like how this curves inward. I think it should keep the trend of all the hair swooping like this way. And maybe like at the end it can swoop out like that, but looks kind of ugly. We're really getting messy here, and I don't like that because I can't see anything. The messier your sketches get, the worse it gets, the worse it is. Okay, anyway, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, this kind of works out. That does look a little better. I wonder if his eyes are too small. I can never find the middle ground. I always either draw them too big or too small. I can never draw them right the first time. And I wouldn't mind if he had bigger eyes. It would work for his like character. I'd really like the smaller one more. Maybe the smaller one is better. I'm very indecisive too. That also doesn't help. Bye. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I think today will be like a short stream day just cuz we're being the vibes are chill. Not much people here today for some reason, which is weird. Kind of weird, but you know, it happens. Wait, I don't know if that's how that would work. I had to channel Zane. I had to channel like how I draw Zane because that would help me with this. Zane has like that, like hair. When it comes to like hair strands, I think it comes like that. That looks so funny though. That looks so funny. Let me draw his little hair sprout at least. That'll help. Is this how his face will look like? I don't know. We may have to do more portrait sketches of him down the line. Here, get his mole. There we go. That looks like him. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing tonight for dinner, but I am getting hungry. I meant to eat before stream, but I got caught up in sketching. I'm just so excited about these new OCs, but that's not an excuse to like not eat. We may take a break later so I can grab something, just a snack or something. Okay, if I were vampire bites, where would I be? Like here and here? That means you have to cover up like all the way up here. That's the whole reason why he wears like so many layers to hide. Oh, his glasses. Hold up, hold up. I feel like the glasses will pull everything together. They'll be like, hey, it's our guy. Clark Kent effect. He technically doesn't need them. I think like something that I wrote down was that he used to wear these, but ever since he became a vampire, he doesn't necessarily need them anymore. So the only reason why he wears them is to hide the fact that he is a vampire. And it's like a reminder of his past, but he doesn't actually need them. He just wears them just because. Lucky guy. I told my friend, I was like, I look really cute in this frame. What if I wore just like lenses or like prescriptionless glasses? She was like, I will kill you. You don't understand the struggle. You don't get to deserve to wear glasses. Glasses like this always make me laugh. I think this is a trendy thing though, like bottom frame glasses. The new trend nowadays is like no frame glasses, and I don't know. I think what happens is just they just have like the little metal bands like here and here, and they stick it straight into the lenses so that it's frameless. It's stylish, and I'm sure it's good for vision, but I don't know how sturdy or protective they can be. You gotta be careful with your glasses. But then again, who is throwing around their glasses like willy nilly? You guys better not. You better be taking care of your stuff. I don't know. I thought his face would be kind of longer, but I don't know. He looks a little cute, which isn't necessarily bad. It's like, how much can we get away with? That's a little too much, I think. Erase all my progress. Like, is the eye still too low? He could be looking down, I guess, but that's not the point of this drawing. We're supposed to be feeling out exactly what it looks like from a straight angle. This is hard. Drawing's hard. It is fun from like a character design perspective to make OCs, because that does get my brain thinking. I did this wrong. I don't know what I selected. Okay, it worked out. Thank God. There you go. I think that looks a little better. Just having it raised up a little bit. Because his forehead shouldn't also be that big. So if the eyebrows are there, that's a good distance, I think. Okay. Or maybe a little too much. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it. We're doing the best we can, but it's not looking too bad. As long as we can see what his face looks like, I will be happy. I kind of want to just look back at this real quick, because the sets are so good. I sketch better on my iPad, and it's because we have more control, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that like my skills depend on the material that I'm drawing on. Like, I think if I'm drawing on my not graphics tablet, but just my tablet, what do you call this, display? Not even. It's that tablet that you play Osu with. Display tablet is the one where you draw directly on it. Well, this one I can't remember what it's called. Graphics tablet? No. Anyway, pen tablet. That's what it's called. But anyway, I wish that I could sketch both the same on both my pen tablet and my iPad. There shouldn't be a difference. That's just not fair. Would his color be this high? By the way, guys, if you like my art, you guys should commission me. Link in my about stuff. God. I've been thinking lately about officially getting certified for Japanese because I'm not gonna lie, guys, the art industry and stuff like that, and like animation specifically, not doing so hot. Like I've been trying to find a job forever, and I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, we gotta think about Plan B. I don't want to think about it, but we're gonna have to. So I'm like, what did I like to do in school that's not art related? Well, I took Japanese for 4 years and I really enjoyed that. So why don't we get certified and I can be a translator? So at least I can do my art stuff still while translating. But in order for me to do that, I had to go get certified, or either that or I go study it. But I don't know if I really want to go back to school fully if it's not necessary. Because really, I don't know. It's like really, the information is very divided on whether or not you need a degree or not. But I don't know. Hopefully, I could just get certified because I do have a degree. I just don't have the language certification. So I'd rather just do that. Plus, certification is way easier, and the courses are easier to do rather than just you going into school. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to school. I am like done with school. I just want to do my online courses and call it. Ooh, I can't wait to color this because I do want to see all the colors together. I do want to like clean up the eyebrows or what the fuck is happening with the eyebrows at least. Yeah, the hair got kind of messy, but I think I will keep it like this. It's cute. Maybe make this less thick, even out the pieces on there. Oh, we lose a lot of detail when we did that. I feel like I can't see anything. Oh well, whatever. It happens. At least we can kind of see his face. I think the under sketch or the sketch below this is also affecting it. His collar goes out. Ooh, they're playing Virtual Idol. That's a good track. I was thinking about playing BTS because I was thinking about playing more stuff that was more rap heavy or was just like a lot more energy. But I was like, let's just finish up the playlist, really see the depths of this playlist, and then see it. I was talking about early or like before, like every time I play, YouTube would not strike it, but oh, also I drew this wrong. That's his vest, right? So also his vest comes down like. Okay, anyway, but it would flag me or it would block in different areas, so that's why I didn't play it. But I tried it because yesterday's VOD has Plave in it, and it didn't block it for some reason. I don't know what's the difference. There's between audio versus or like what playlist I played. I don't know, but anyway, that's good news because now we can play Plave whenever and not have to worry about the VODs getting separated or not separated, muted, flagged. Because, guys, me. I love Plave. And if I could listen to them while working, that would help me tremendously. Oh, this is such a good cover, too. Their first, like, Chinese cover of a song. Or a Chinese song cover. And they did really good. This guy is low-key, like, office siren-y a little bit. More Victorian than anything, but office siren. Oh, I should have looked at, like, Black Butler for, like, reference for this, too. That would have also been really good. This is very common knowledge, but the artist and writer who did Black Butler, she does the artwork for a game called Twisted Wonderland, which is Disney's version of like tapping into like the Japanese anime market. It's like all of the Disney villains put into like an anime style and they all go to school and stuff like that. and it's very interesting. I do really like it. I do want to play it, but the gameplay itself does not look interesting to me. But everything else, like the character designs and stuff like that, me and the story do appeal to me. But the gameplay itself, I don't know, and I don't have the time to play it. But I really want to get into it. My friend doesn't give a fuck if she likes a character and how they look. Like she'll buy merchandise of it, even if she doesn't know where it's from. And I'm like, what? What if you like a character and he's like the worst possible character in the anime? Like you gotta know. Don't you want to know this? She was like, eh. I mean, I just like the way he looks, so I buy it. I'm like, okay. Like I at least like a little bit of context for my characters, the characters that I stan. Because what if it's like the worst character possible, and then people come up to me and are like, "I see your charm on your bag. Great, awful choice." Okay, we're gonna sketch this again because I don't like how I did this. We took away his bangs. He's bald now. Yeah, sketching on stream is hard, but I feel like it is important to show that I'm not perfect. Straight up. Never I've never said I was, but you know, this is a good reminder that I am not a perfect artist and I struggle even after like 10 plus years of experience of just drawing. We're gonna redraw this, and I'm actually gonna do his hair on a different layer so that I can keep it bare. I do like how I did his face, though. I think this is what he would look like. Oh, can we give him pretty bottom eyelashes? That may be too much. That's a little much. That already give him like dark eye circles too. Okay. That's more of like a color thing. Really can experience that. Did I just move something? That was weird. I need to get back into watching Dan to Dan. I was waiting for Netflix to catch up like past the movie because I watched that with a friend, and I think we're past that at this point. I just haven't touched it. And I should. I was so curious about how they're gonna deal with Evil Eye and stuff like that. And I love Evil Eye as a character. The designs, the powers, very cool. I like. So I'm curious to how like that works around, and what are they gonna do next in the show? Like, what's the next arc? Now that they dealt with Gigi's problem, like, what are they gonna do now? Every time when there's like hair pieces that slip like this, like where the overlapping pieces, like one goes this way and one goes that way, I'm always reminded of Zenless. Because Wise and Bell, that's a very common thing that they have in their designs. Who else has it? I think Lighter also does that with their hair, but yeah, every time I see this, it's like, oh, it reminds me. I don't like it being in the middle, though. That's the problem. There we go. Okay, that's a good swoop. That's a good hair swoop. Keep it that way. Am I drawing on the right layer? Okay, hell yeah. Okay, thank God. Can you imagine I made all these layers for nothing and I just started sketching? Maybe his hair's too long. It should not be touching his eyes at least. There you go, that looks a little better. But now it looks too short. It looks weird. There's a TikToker that I watch sometimes. She like pops up on my For You page because she is a big Yaoi fan and she talks about it. And she has these micro bangs that are like the shortest micro bangs I've ever seen. I don't think I can ever pull off microveins. That's very brave. But I think even micro bangs has a limit. I'm not gonna lie. Like even though they're called micro, I still think you gotta leave some hair. There you go. I think that works. Just like having this 3 area. Okay, okay. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Hell yeah. Okay, finally figured out what his fucking hairstyle looks like. There we go. Ooh, can I add color now? I love him. It's kind of weird how this character came out, like his design came out a little. What do you call? What do you call that? Like his design was more definite, or like I had a stronger idea of what he looked like, rather than the other character too. Or the other character, like I struggled a lot more. I think because I had an image of this guy in my brain, and I knew exactly like what to reference, what his deal was. But the other guy, not so much. Luo, not too much. But I'm glad I got it figured out. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and figure it out. And that's the best way to do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at him. Look at this guy. Love him. Okay, he has like metal. I know my design's a little basic, but I wonder maybe like that at least. Because originally I just curved it, but. There we go. Ooh. 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 Okay, let's do some quick coloring just to figure out more of that too. We're in the hour mark already. Holy shit! I only have like an hour, at least an hour left. We're gonna at least stream for another hour. Do we want him to be this pale? I wonder. I still think it's a little too yellow. Like I thought this is a lot more light. Am I wrong? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the vampire thing. For some reason, in my brain, I forget that vampires themselves are not alive. They are labeled as undead, and what that implies is just that they don't have a soul or something like that. And it's like, oh, shit, that kind of ruins my whole thing that I had going on. Yeah, we want him pale. We need him pale. Pale and unsaturated. That's this guy. And does that mean he doesn't have blush? I always add blush to my characters because I just think that it adds so much life. But like, he has no life. This guy's undead, as we were talking about. Okay, we'll just put a little bit, all right? Just a little bit. So, to soothe me, okay? Just to make me happy. Just put a little bit. Just a tiny little bit of blush. I learned to add blush to the skin through doll artists or people who do like custom doll making. Yeah, that's how I found out how to do this. And I'm so glad. I don't remember my artwork before having this. Maybe just like slight on the cheek. Just a little bit. I like. Look at you go. Look at this man. Oh, I didn't do line weight on this sketch. Should we do that? We can merge these together now. I also do want to clean it up a little bit. God, I'm so used to the Korean version of the song. You would think, like, in theory, because I know Japanese, that the Japanese one would come easier to me to memorize. But no, it's like, I'm so used to the Korean version. Oh yeah. Oh, it's all coming together. Yes. I'm here, but I'll be working for a while. Okay. Just don't forget to check in. So handsome. What a man. What is that song? Oh, that's More Than a Woman. Oops. I was gonna start singing More Than a Woman. More than a woman. Still applies. More than a woman to me. $62 or 63. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, I can't wait till like check-ins become like 360. Cause this is like a year-long thing, right? Whoever gets the most check-ins by the end of the year gets a prize. So like, when we start getting to triple digits, that will be crazy. That's gonna be insane. That'll be like the true test of who is a true Katsu, a true fan. I would love to do like bonus check-ins. Like maybe at the end of the year we'll have like a Kahoot or something. Whoever wins the Kahoot will will get extra bonus check-ins. It'll be a quiz all about stream and events that happen on the stream. What am I gonna do when I'm on vacation? I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, I'm gonna when Ollie's on vacation, I'm gonna miss them so much on streams. Like, maybe I should also go on vacation at the same time. So I don't have to go through that pain. I don't know. So I don't have to go through that reality. What month is it? Maybe if it's in winter, maybe that would be like. Maybe that would be a good time to like take a vacation. That would be kind of funny. September? That's a We'll see. We'll see. It'll be so sad. I will be very sad. It'll just be a week. We'll be fine. We'll be a-okay. I say as I'm crying. You can't see it, but there are tears. We'll be okay. I mean, who knows what'll happen in the month of September, but still. A week and a half. Okay, even worse, but we'll still be fine. We'll be okay. Anyway, we're just adding line weight to this sketch. We're gonna have no Masa streams. I know. I mean, the withdrawal. You'll be on vacation and be quoting me. You're like, oh, save, redeem, hydrates. But I won't be okay. It's okay. We'll get through it together. Yeah, even adding line weight to sketches really pulls it together. Very messy though. Wake up at 2 a.m. in a cold sweat. I haven't checked out Masa streams. That'd be crazy if you came in at like 2 a.m. Speaking of like European time, I remember like some people, or like it's weird to me that, or not weird per se, but more interesting that people who stream in the same time zone get different audiences. I wonder how that works. It's kind of weird. Like, what a weird thought. Like, how does that happen? It kind of does low-key depend on the time that you stream, but at the same time, it also depends on... I don't know, is that the only factor, the time that you stream? Is there also content and stuff? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about. Maybe if you check out my streams while you're on vacation, Twitch will be like, oh, push European viewers onto Masa and that'll help me. Help me, quote unquote. I don't think it will. I am not one for the European audience. Okay, I think we're good to continue coloring this. I did take a break from the coloring because I was like, oh, line weight. Duh. Sketches need line weight too. All right, I've talked about this before, but this sketch, oh my god, I love this sketch. It came out really good. And I am leaning toward, I've always known this. I feel like I've always said this, or like every time I do designs and I do like the first design is always the best one. but I still do explorations anyway because you never know. But that works the same here. It's like the blue one was the first one to come out, then the red one. But God, it's always my first choice unless I streamed earlier. 2, 1. That's kind of crazy. Like I streamed at 1 once and it did not go well. But wow, the boyfriends together, seeing them together is so cute. Earlier when Kingdom was here, he called them strawberry and blueberry, and I love that. I love that a lot. And then I came up with this on the spot, little mascots to represent them. God, wait, so tiny on the screen. Wait, can you guess who's who? I love. Anyway, back to coloring. We're just doing this to kind of feel out this guy's face and his deal. That's important before we get into more like thorough sketching. I'll be starting at 1. Oh, Jesus Christ. 11? Not 1. Sorry, I'm stupid. 11? Oh my god, that's lunchtime. I can't do that. That'd be crazy. It's okay. You know what? A week and a half will be alright. We will be okay. We will be fine. Can you imagine, like, I die in between that time? Jesus Christ. It's like, Ollie, we'll be fine. It's only a week, dies. 11 p.m. for you. That's still bad. Like but you're on vacation too, so I don't think you'll be spending time like just like on Twitch unless you had downtime. I feel like you'd just be tired. I don't know. It's okay. We'll be okay. Unless I die, you know, that might be a problem, but I don't count on it. I don't plan on it, so it would be like getting ready for bed. I mean, you do that anyway, right? Isn't that kind of what you do already? But my check-in lead. Oh my gosh. I need to look at this actually. I think Mixup can tell me this, but I am curious to who has the most check-ins. I don't know. Who was on the check-in leaderboard? I wonder if that's a thing that I can start implementing on stream, but I mean, when did I even start implementing check-ins? That's another thing too. Like, how long has check-ins been a thing? That's sort of a recent thing I've added on stream, so who knows? Whoops, too much coloring. Oops, I keep coloring outside the lines. What's wrong with me? The more I look at neon, I keep saying neon as if like it's like he's like a neon sign. Neon. Every time I look up neon, I'm like, I love him so much. I love him so much. Beginning of last year. So no, so I was streaming. When did I come back to streaming after like my long hiatus? That was like January or something. When did I do my re-debut? I should know this, but I don't. I should know this, but I don't. It's not last year. It was like the beginning of this year at least because I did not debut in December. I think it was a January thing. I don't remember. You think I remember my own milestones? No. But check-ins didn't come until after that. Cuz I did not have that straight up when I came back. That was something that I found out later to do. Or I don't know. Good question. I don't remember, but anyway, yeah. I mean, basically the start of the year, so we won't get like 360, I don't think, but when we get to like the 200s, that's going to be insane. Maybe we shouldn't wait till the end of the year to do like a prize pool thing cuz that seems like a lot and that's a big commitment for people. Like I will even say like that's a huge commitment. Maybe we should do like half the year. You get a prize at halfway in, which isn't that like soon? That's already like around. God, we already passed halfway. Well, never mind. Never mind. End of the year. I mean, that'll just show who's like the most committed. All right, that will be the true test of who is the most committed Katsu out here. You know, a whole year of check-ins. Like, you'd be a real one for that. Whoa, what happened? That's not gray. It's supposed to be white. There we go. It's me. It will be you. I hope. I'm rooting for you. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should be unbiased, but I am low key rooting. I'm rooting for all the Katsus, all the regulars here. I'm rooting for all of you when it comes to check-ins. God, every time I look at him, his face is so young, but his outfit's so old. It's like Gen Z from the top, Unk from the bottom. Unk. And that's him. That is him. He really took the vampire thing to a whole level. He's like, this is my personality now. I'm stuck with it. Oh, I get to do this homophobic eyes. Shorter Zhongli vibes? A little bit, huh? I did take a little inspiration from Zhongli because Zhongli has like these very intricate additions to his clothes and stuff like that. Shorter Zhongli though. The shorter was not needed. Shorter, you hear that? They're making fun of you. Neon, they're making fun of you. Can you believe it? I do like heterochromia eyes, but I do find it interesting when it's more subtle. Like a lot of times people do like yellow and the other one's red, or it'll be like blue and the other one's red. But it's interesting when people do like a lighter version of the same, or a lighter and darker version of the same color. Genshin did that with Dahlia's original base design, and I really liked that, so I implemented it here. Like, it's so cool. It has that effect. He's like a husky, bro. It's the formal long coat. Yeah, for sure. I think Zhongli's is like longer, but anyway. Also, I haven't done the new event in Genshin yet, but you are right. There is a free waypoint. The TikToks that I saw, I think what happened was that they didn't zoom in close enough. So they thought that they had to swim all across the ocean for the event, but there was a free waypoint. So I'm glad I don't have to swim across the ocean. And yeah, I remember saying that to Mitsuki, and she was like, there's a free waypoint. I was like, no, there isn't. And I looked again. I was like, no, you're right. Ooh, I'm dumb. My other favorite thing about this character is his red glasses. I've always loved red framed glasses. He's so handsome. I actually really like how this turned out. Flashback to me earlier in the stream where I was like, fuck this. I can't draw. God damn it, this face. Inazuma all over again. Is that a thing that happens in Inazuma? Is this a spoiler? God, I get spoiled in the most like unconventional ways. Have I said this? Have I told you guys this? I don't know if I want to just in case for there's people who don't want to get spoiled in Genshin, but here, I will let you guys say right now in chat if you guys don't want to get spoiled or not for Genshin Inazuma. But I swear to God, I get spoiled in the most weird, unpurposeful ways. Oh yeah, that's right. Missy was telling me about how people would ice their kaya their way across. That's the term. Kaya our way across. And I was actually gonna DM her and be like, hey, help me kaya across to this summer event. But thank God there's a free waypoint. I'm glad they decided to do that. That's so nice. Genshin Mihoyo, you're so kind. Anyway, no one's saying anything in chat, so I get spoiled in the weirdest way. So for Inazuma, I got spoiled that Raiden and Scaramouche Wanderer, they're puppets. They're like not the real Archons, right? And they're like they're like versions of the original Archon or something like that. Anyway, the reason why I got spoiled for that is because they were like, here are some fun things that you didn't know about Genshin. Did you know if you go into Dragon Spine, you can see air coming out of the characters' mouths, except for 2 people? It's like, who? Like, oh, okay, great. It's the most like unconventional ways I get spoiled. I'm like, great. That's great. That's amazing. That's amazing. But that's me with Star Wars. So okay, I wanted to bring this up. I do low key every time I see Star Rail, I want to like play it, but I don't want to pick up another game. And I feel like I know it's because I like all the male designs, all the male characters designs. And the sad part is, I feel like I know more Honkai like Star Rail characters more than Genshin characters. Like I can name a couple if I had like Finon, Maide, or however you say it, Anaxa, Boot Hill, and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's more characters in Genshin that I can name. That's so sad. I obsess. I love the designs in Mighty. Is it Mighty? Oh, Mighty. Mayday. That was another way that I thought it was pronounced Mayday. Anyway, I love their designs, and it makes me really want to play it. But I'm like, I don't really have the time, and I don't have the brain capacity for turn based. But I do. I really want to. I'll just have like a whole husbando team at this point. And they do really good dragon designs too. Like I know some characters are based off dragons or whatever, and I love them so much. They're so pretty. I want them. It's also very free to play friendly. Okay, that's cool. That's nice of MiHoYo. They're like, we'll cut you some slack. I also do like that MiHoYo likes to make different games. Like all their gacha games are different, which is good. You know, Zelda's completely different than Genshin and stuff like that. I mean, is this a spoiler? But I've heard this around, and I want to know, like, are Zenless is the only game that's not related to the universe of Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, right? But that brings up the question, like, how are they related at that point then? I'm so curious. But I feel like that's so spoilery. I mean, I think the whole thing is that they're in space, right? And it's just different planets. But is that it? Anyway, look at him. Look at our man. Our handsome, handsome man. Put the boyfriends together. Put the boyfriends together. Yeah, do you guys think the blue one works the most together? Blue, number 1. Number 2. Here's number 1 again. Here's number 2 again. I just got back from an eye appointment, and they dilated my eyes, and I didn't feel it at first until a couple minutes in. I was sitting, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, my head feels weird. And then like right after the appointment, I was in the car just sitting. I was like, God, I can't even open my eyes. I feel like I'm gonna get a headache. Everything's blurry. And you just got back from one too? Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. We both have eye appointments, but number 1. Number 1? Number 2. That's what the thing does. Yeah, so I also learned, I was talking about this earlier, but I learned that I do need glasses, but my prescription is so little that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Like, my prescription is like negative 0.5, so the doctor was so jealous. She was like, you know, you're like 75 cents, I'm like $6. That's how bad my eyesight is compared to yours and how little yours is. Yeah, negative 0.5. That's my prescription. I used to have 20/20 vision up until like recently, like today, where I found out that it's like now it's not 20/20 anymore. It's like 25 out of something. I can't remember. Mine is negative 2.5, 75. Yeah, also, one of my eyes is worse than the other. My My left eye is worse than my right eye, so my right eye does all the work for me. Yeah, I think the blue really works. And I knew from the start. I always knew from the start that this gray design was the winner, but you always want to explore, you know? You could technically just call it here, but it's good to explore your options. Cuz then you don't know, you might like this one, who knows. But yeah, Mr. Blue, Strawberry and Blueberry are two guys. Your left eye is better than wow, that's interesting. Yeah, my left eye is a little blurry compared to my right eye. My right eye is for sure sharper. You guys can see me testing it as I'm looking. I'm like, huh. Yeah, and I was also talking earlier about how I was so scared when they brought me into the machine with the house, the red house on the hill, but they didn't use that. They didn't puff air into my eyes. Instead, what they did was that they took the separate machine. This was like after me doing that, and then they put this machine near my eye, this little thingamabob that taps my eye very slightly, and that's how it tests my eye pressure. But no more air blowing, I guess. I guess that is old technology now. Number one. Number two. Yeah. I don't know. I think it could have gone both ways, honestly, with these two designs. Because when I first came up with Luo, I imagined either he had white hair or bright red hair. And that's technically the closest that we'll get today. Technically, we have gray and red, but it could have gone either way. That's why it's good to explore that stuff. Here you go. Mwah. There you go. Now we can get on to like more sketching. I do want to crop it though, so I can just have this little headshot of them. Wow, drawn so bad. I will make refs. I think this week, since we finally have like a more clear design for Luo, we can draw refs for them, and then I can get that out there. I also need to do weapon concepts because Luo is supposed to have this big ass scythe, and I think that's gonna be epic. I don't know. This is not new information, but I am in love with scythes. I love scythes so much. When there's a character who has a scythe, immediately drawn to them. I love them so much. So yeah, I finally get another scythe character. Hell yeah. Yes, our boy, our man's. I know I deleted it, but anyway, like it's always like scythe or scissor characters. Like characters who also wield big ass scissors. Love. Instant love. Scythe and scissors. I'm waiting for Zenless to have a character with scissors. It's coming. It is coming. It will be here. Oh, I didn't talk about this too, and I meant to share this on Discord. But this is the last thing we'll chat about before we get into more sketching. But I pulled Yuzuha a couple days ago, and I didn't share it because I was like, I thought she was gonna be. I don't know what told me that she was gonna be what you call an ether character, but she's a physical character, and I'm like, I have so many physical characters. It's not even funny. And then we're gonna have another one because we're gonna pull for Alice because I love Alice. So that's just gonna be the trend of no ether characters. No ether characters. She's really good though. She is cool. I did do her demo and I do like her, but yeah, we will use her, but I don't. Maybe after Alice, and I do want Minato. I want Minato, Mr. Apparently he's gonna be what A rank, but I love. Oh yeah, we can have them on the side. They're stupid mascots. Can you tell who's who? We'll put it here. Oh, I meant to show this. Can I show this? Oh, I deleted it. Never mind. Okay, we'll show it off. I'll show it off later, I guess. But I put a lot of effort into Lua's design, like especially his pins and stuff like that. There's one particular pin that I designed where it's supposed to be a raven, but it's a very subtle raven shape. And I got inspired because there's like it's supposed to be like a Viking sort of pin, but it's a raven, and ravens are associated with reapers. So I was like, that's perfect. This is great. I didn't copy it 1-to-1. I just sort of referenced it. Change canvas size. Here, we're gonna crop it. I just want his portrait so I can have that as reference. We have this little stupid mascots at the bottom. That's perfect. He looks great. I'm actually happy with him. Okay, now we can go do some sketching of actual characters. I spent a good chunk of my time today on Pinterest looking up duo poses and putting them into a picture so that we can just have a good reference. So that's what we're gonna do now. Hey! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Complimenting my own artwork. You gotta do that sometimes. That reminds me, speaking of Zenless and Genshin, I was talking to Mitsuki and I was asking about Singcho and I was like, oh, what rank is Singcho? Is he like A rank, S rank, or anything like that? And she was like, ranks? Like, where are all these letters coming from? And I was like, I had to remember, I was like, oh, right, we had to translate via like Zenless to Genshin. I was like, oh, 5-star or 4-star, and she was like, oh. But I was like, oh right, that's right. I don't remember. I forgot that they do it differently in Zenless versus Genshin. Is that the same for Star Rail too? Like, how do they categorize their characters? I was going through Pinterest of cute outfits and colorful wigs yesterday. Yeah, I do that too. I have a whole folder of like character design ideas I'd want to do one day. Yeah, I keep those together. I miss having OCs collaboration with friends. I used to have one with a friend, and then they sort of. I haven't talked to them in a long, long time, but I miss it. Let me show you guys. Do you guys want to see the pose board that I put together? We have a lot of good ones, I feel like. There's actually a little more, but I went and deleted some. Just so cute. Some are more standy so that we can see them together just in a normal position. Some of them are like very interacty. Peep the Gojo and Ghetto cameo. And there you go. There's just sitting ones. But yeah, this is what we're going to be drawing. One of these. I don't know which one to do, actually. Which one to start with? What would be the most fun to do? Some of these are more complicated. I feel like I put all of these poses down, but we're not going to get to all of them within the time allotted left in stream. If this took me like an hour, then can you imagine like what this is going to take me? 2 people interacting? That's going to take me forever. If you ever want to do OC Club, I'm always down. Maybe. Okay, I have this rule about like making OCs, and if I ever make an OC, they have to have some sort of purpose, whether it's like a persona or like a part of a story that I want to write one day, you know. They have to have that. Or else they just rot. Like legitimately they just rot. That's why I have so little OCs, because I don't like make them just to make them. I don't create life and then have them rot, you know? That's cruel. That's cruel. I make them so that I can torture them for my own entertainment. Anyway, what are we... Anyway, which one are we drawing? Both of you assume I let them rot. I don't let them... Okay, I didn't mean that, but I let them rot. I have a bad habit of doing that, you know? Like, when I was a kid, I had so many OCs, but I'd have no idea, like, where they are now, what are they doing now, and stuff like that. But I would love to just keep adding projects, but I think that's a lot for my brain to comprehend and keep together. I already have 3 projects, and that's already a lot. I started one as a thesis for my college, and then I took a break from that to work on the second project, and now I'm taking a break from that to work on this 3rd project. So it's like, I need to be able to give all my children the attention they need and deserve. Should we just do a standing one? I kind of want to do, one of them interacting. This is going to be hard. I do like the angle, but that's really hard to do. I love it, but that might be hard to do. This one's kind of cute. Just them standing like that. But I feel like you get more focus on one person over the other. Or we can do like a sitting one. Or this one of them fighting. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's canon. Or this one where one of them's stealing the other's drink. I don't know. Which pose to do? I don't know. These ones are just two poses together, or like separate poses, but you could technically put them together. The perspective's a little different for each of them, but it would still work. What about, okay. Maybe this one. I do like this one. Ghetto and Gojo together. This works. Okay, I'm going to put this away, and then we're going to sketch. I'm going to put this on here in my navigation window. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Hold on. I wish I could put multiple files in the navigation window, but I can't. Or subview. Navigator's this thing. Subview is this thing. Get your Clip Studio terms correct. I need to take a drink of water. I haven't drank in like an hour, and I haven't drank in 10 years. No, I haven't drank in an hour 40, and that's bad. We need to stay hydrated. I just been busy yapping. I like how chat was like, I'm gonna lurk, and then proceeds to chat for a good hot minute. Posture check. My back cracked. It's just stretching. Ow. Ow. Okay, we're okay. I sound like an old lady. I'm cracking my back, being like, ah. Hold on. Do I have my water out? Yeah, I do. It's weird drinking water without having my cup shown on my model because because it looks really weird. It's like, what are you doing with your mouth? So I always have to remember to put to grab my cup on my model first. I'm sorry your mental health is not so good today, but I appreciate you coming onto stream and chatting with me. I hope this helps you feel better. We have those days, you know. I understand, but I also really appreciate it. That's so sweet. Making a grown woman cry. How do you feel about that? Anyway. Not crystal light, but liquid IV, still getting used to that. I keep having the bad habit because you have to really shake up and mix liquid IV. It doesn't dissolve nicely for some reason. It takes a little bit of effort, and I always forget because I'll take the first sip and it's just all salt, all flavoring, all salt, and it makes me want to like spit it out. So I had to remember it doesn't dissolve for some reason. The formula is just weird. I had a nightmare the other night. So context to this. So I think I've shown this before on Discord, but I have a shelf of all my K-pop albums, right? But recently, the shelves for some reason have not been staying. For some reason, the sticky things or something that have been on my wall, they haven't been sticking. So I decided that I'll take one of them off so that I could think of a solution. But when I did that, it tore off the paint off my wall. It took off like a couple layers of paint actually. So there's this big little hole on my wall, and I have a sticky note covering it. But my nightmare was I pulled the shelf off and it ripped like all the way down. It's like, you know, when you have a hangnail and you sometimes pull it too far. That's what it felt like. It was my nightmare, and it stressed me out so bad. I woke up in like a cold sweat, being like, oh, my wall. Oh, yeah, it's hard to hear about mental health or your mental health not being so good. But I'm glad the streams can be a place to help you. That's good. That's nice. I'm glad I could be that space for people to just cheer up. Hold on. I lost track of, I zoned out for a second. I'm like Jin, where I'm like, let's take a moment and just zone out. Okay. Anyway, that was nice. Hold up, I lost my pen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Question is, who is standing, who is sitting? I actually know this question. I've been really into this. So there's this person I follow on TikTok who typically does like questions about unhelpful questions about your main character and just compilations of that. But recently she started doing the series where it's like unhelpful questions about your main character and their love interest. And one of them was like who's holding the gun and who's collecting the money in a bank robbery. And I'm like, oh, I love these. I like them way more than for some reason I like them way more about just the main character itself. Just thinking about the dynamic together is great. And some of them are like who's killing bugs and who's, hiding away from bugs. But yeah, one of them is like who is in a bank robbery, who is holding the gun and who is collecting the money. I think Neon would be holding the gun and Luo's collecting the money. And bug wise, I think Luo is the one killing bugs, and he and Neon's the ones that's hiding away. Not necessarily hiding, but very good questions. I know. What's some other ones that she said? Who is the hot one? Who's the cold one? Who's the early bird? Who's the night owl? Blah blah blah. Which that one's hard. The early bird versus like the night owl one is hard because especially for these two, it's like Neon's a vampire, right? But he has a job. He's a detective, right? So it's like he can't necessarily be a night owl even if he wanted to. It's like, well, that's a good question. Like, who would be in this situation? It's hard. Okay, what am I doing? I should think of like the line of action. Also, these should be quick. I should like actively time myself because if not, I would be here forever. These supposed to be quick little interactions, but it never works out that way. What was another one that she brought up? I can't remember, but very good. I love those so much. Every time they pop up on my For You page, I actively just listen. It's also just a good exercise. It just makes you think about your characters, and that's just as important as writing. That's my excuse. That's my excuse for not writing. I'm like, I already did something. I already gave it some thought. This is how it would look. Yeah, I think. Well, okay, that's a little slanted. Oof. Yeah, I also need to write. I was gonna be like, oh, my other story. I had to rewrite the first chapter, make some edits to that, and then I made up these two OCs, and I'm like, all my brain power goes to my new OCs now. So I have a lot to write. I think my new plan would be to write both the first chapters of both of these, and then pick one to further continue. Because it's good to just have the first chapter out of each so that you can, what is that? Submit them into contests. But we'll see how it goes. First of all, I need to figure out what these guys look like in their whole dynamic because I'm still thinking about that. Like, what is their whole deal? One is vampire, one is Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper wants Soul of vampire so that they can go to the underworld together. But Soul is not around. So that gives reason for Luo to be around, for Luo to be around, but what is Neon's motivation? Like, I had to think about that. His legs are too short. Hold on. Yeah, interaction is really hard. Just having them two characters next to each other. That's so hard. Also, his head's too big. More important question, who falls first? That is a good one. I'm pretty sure it's Luo. I'm pretty sure he falls first. Actually, but it would be kind of fun if it was the opposite way around. Because I think that's typical. That's too predictable. I think that's super predictable, but I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that either. Good question. We'll have to think. We'll come back to you. After some thinking, it would be after I need to think a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be fun. It would be fun if he fell first. But then it's like, why is Luo wanting him to? Why does Luo want his soul to go back to the underworld? I guess it could be like a platonic thing, but come on, that's not platonic. You kidding me? You unalive yourself. You come back as a Grim Reaper so that you could take your friend's soul with you. That's not platonic. Sure, they were just friends, and they were best friends. The serious falling words. Yeah, that. God, I did not read that right, but I understand what you're saying. Yes, that would be fun. Though I think it would be funny. It was like, I need you to come back to the underworld with me. You owe me money from when I was alive, and this is how you're gonna repay me. It's like, you owe me $20. You owe me $20. You're coming with me, Buster. That's what it's. If you have more sleep, yeah, I would have to think. I need to think. Sometimes I just need to. Sometimes in the shower, I'll be like, all right. Most of the time, I listen to music, but I'm like, all right, it's thinking time. We're going to use this time to think. So that's how I do that. It could be that, yeah, he has a list of souls and Neon just happens to be on that. But I also need a reason for him to help him out. Cause I don't know. Like, that could just be the end where it's like, bro, you gotta come to the underworld with me. He's like, alright. There has to be like a reason for like him to like want to not have that happen. And I had to figure what that is out. Like, why does Neon want to stay on Earth? Why is he a vampire? And like, how did that happen? I had to think about that. I am taking too long with this sketch. This is supposed to be quick. Quick interactions. Yeah, light drawing was never my strong suit. I'm not gonna lie. Even in school, just having speed drawing, not my best effort. Not my strong suit. He could be head over heels, and that would also work. That is fun too. Like, he was always just in love with him. I would love that, but I don't know. There's so many directions to go in. So many. What is he holding? I don't know. Does Neon smoke? No idea. I was talking with a friend the other day after we were watching Suzume, which, by the way, Suzume, ooh, the animation in the movie itself is so pretty, but the story has a lot of holes and it's kind of disappointing. But anyway, there's a character in Suzume that smokes cigarettes, and we were talking about if we just got onto that conversation. It's like, oh, would you ever try it? And I was like, no, but I wouldn't mind if my partner smoked, because then I could be like, oh, I could change him. I could be like, stop. And she was like, you just like bad boys. And I looked at her and I was like, no. And then the more I thought of it, the more I was like, funny. This funny conversation. And then she saw me doing that. She was like, oh yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Just conversations you have with friends. Stuff that you realize. But yeah, Suzume was... it had so much potential. If you guys don't remember, Suzume is the movie with the guy that turns into a chair, which that was so well done. The chair, that was like my favorite part of the movie, him being a chair. The animation's really good and how he adapts to being a chair. He's just very cute. But too bad there's so many plot holes. So many plot holes. There's like so much things that could have needed explanation. Whatever concept law. The reason why, according to like the director, that he turns into a chair is because they didn't want it to be a love story. So the whole point of the story is for Suzume to like mature and to, grow and like develop all these connections throughout the movie. And they're like, they can't do that if she's in love, so we gotta turn him into a chair. That's literally the reason. I'm not even joking. Which is so weird, but I love this chair and I want merchandise of it. It's just cute. The way it moves, it's really well animated. And it's just a cute concept, but for a weird reason. That's a weird reason. But I'm like, yeah, I also hate that reason. But the thing is, they push the relationship a lot. So it's not like, even if he was a chair, I still ship them together, I still ship them even as a chair. So it's like, it didn't do the job that it was supposed to do, so you might as well could have just left it. Like, I don't understand. Also, like, Suzume, the character, is supposed to be, like, trying to learn how to deal with her grief and the movie does that by showing you different things that you can experience, like why life is so good, like food, the people you meet, the things you see, the adventures you go on. But like the relationships you develop romantically also can help you through that. So it's like, why did you have to take it apart? Why did you have to leave it? I don't get it. So you made a chair. You didn't have to be a chair to be that kid. I know. I don't know, like, why. Also, there's this stupid thing where the chair only has 3 legs, and they never explain what happened to the 4th leg. They show it without the 4th leg, but then their explanation for it disappearing is not explained, and it's weird. It's this weird thing. It's this weird little thing that they include. But I don't know. But yeah, the chair did not do its job, and I still ship him. I still shipped him even if he was a chair. Which, okay, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but she kisses the chair. There's a scene where it's like, oh, a fairy tale. If you want him to break out of this curse that he's a chair, you should kiss him. And there's this one part where she does kiss the chair. And that doesn't help. Legitimately, that's like, what? Now I ship him even harder. Thank you so much. I do love the chair though. Like, I think if I didn't hear that, I would have been alright with it, but now I'm even more upset. I'm like, now the chair is just useless. This is a stupid chair. Yeah, a lot of plot holes and stuff like that, and not it's like, it's good and it's not good. There's so many things that could have been fixed, so many things that could have been done better. So I wonder, I haven't watched any of that same director's other movies, so like Your Name and Weathering with You. And I wonder if they're gonna be worse or better. Like, I wonder how those are gonna fare next to Suzume. I think Suzume is the most recent one, so maybe that was just a fluke. Who knows? Wow, long legs. Anyway. Okay, not bad. I think he is a little askew, though. Just slightly. No, is he? I don't know. God. Okay, now I have to draw. Oh, we gotta draw the other guy. How do we do that? How do I do that in a way that's he's gonna look alright? Oh my god. Okay. I gotta use like my art skills, my art brain. Like, negative space. What does that look like? How far apart are they? How are they supposed to be? Also, they're sitting on stairs. I'm not drawing the stairs. Yeah, Suzume. Well, could have had so much potential. And I don't know, this is also another thing to be worried about. I don't know, this is really a thing to be picky about, but the guy who turns into a chair, the guy who people ship Suzume with, is a, what do you call, grad student. He's a grad student and she's in high school. I know that there's like a difference in culture with Japan, but like, that's still, I'm like kind of like, I mean, technically it's not a romance, right? But still, like, even just seen together. Also, she does say like, oh my god, I love you. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't want it to be a romance? There's so many things that you left in for the audience to assume. It's like, what? I don't get it. Anyway. Well, I'm still glad that I watched it, no matter what. Even though I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, I still had a good time. There's still many other parts to like about the movie, but the plot is not one of them. I got so lost, like halfway. Because they started introducing, like, new, like, world building, and I was like, what? Why is this happening? Okay, Lego up. I think he's too small. I'm glad I put this on a different layer so I can just whoop. Okay. Okay. No, maybe not that much. There is a little bit of perspective happening here. So he should technically be smaller. Also, Neon's head is too big. That still is something that I have to like work with. Also, maybe I made him too big. I don't know. I didn't want Neon to be like Twinkie, but also like I don't want him to be like super huge. So maybe we'll like tone it down a little. I wanted him to be lean, but not like not a twink. Whoops. Okay. Because something that I don't like when it comes to some like BL is that they'll make the bottom like really kitty, and I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. Why does he look like a child? It's like that isn't even not even just like a only BL thing. That happens a lot too in like anime, and that's a problem. That's a problem in and of itself, but we won't go into that. Well, that cap is kind of long. I always eyeball like the limbs and stuff, but I'm trying not to make him. Okay, yeah, maybe we need to make Lua a little like skinnier, a little not so big. I swear to God, drawing two people is hard. Jesus Christ. Don't get me started on drawing people kissing. Do not get me started on that. When you want to draw your OCs kissing, but drawing them next to each other is still a struggle. Why is it so difficult? I know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't fucking know. There you go. That's kissing. That's all I know how to do. What if February we just draw our OCs kissing for like 31 days straight? There you go. That's how you solve everything. If you don't know how to draw anything, just draw it for 31 days straight. That's what I've learned from Hawkeye July. I think that'd be really funny. Or you can't draw the same OCs kissing at the. Oh, what if it's just like a side profile? What if it's just like a side profile every time you don't even learn how to draw any other angle of kissing? That's why for the prompts to be like from above, from the side, from what, worm's eye view. From bird's eye view. That'd be funny. You'll need more OCs. That's true. I was thinking for like next Hawkeye July, like each prompt I would make a new OC, but that would mean that I would make 31 OCs. Maybe not OCs, but maybe like 30 like unique illustrations with different characters, not necessarily OCs, but that would technically be OCs. You would technically be making OCs at that point. Also, okay, Lou was supposed to be like slouching. I drew his body angle kind of wrong. Let's be like that. But also like his shoulders are like, there we go. All right, so let's go. I have until February to come with 60 OCs. What No, that's weird. What if I like make this? I was gonna say, what if I just make the same OC kiss themselves, but it's like clones or like some like multiversional thing, so I don't have to come up with 60 OCs. But that's weird. That would be weird. Oh yeah, I should save this. Oh yeah, I can also crop this later. I saw you a sketch. Okay, you can draw. You can draw. I'll cash in my ticket after after I make refs of Luo and Yan, so you could pick which one you want to draw. Cause that's what I was kind of waiting on. Cause I just redesigned like most, if not all, my OCs, and I don't have any reference sheets of them. So, oh yeah, that's right. I have to save. This is a new file. So yay! I get to name another file. This is the second file of the stream that I get to name. Cool. Neon Luo. Stairs. What's it called? Stairs. Because we're supposed to be standing near stairs or something like that. This supposed to be quick. Jesus Christ. Why am I taking so long? I was like, I want to get through so many today. I'm going to pick like 20 poses from Pinterest. And there I go. And here I am, like, not even getting into one. I mean, technically, the reason why it cut into my time is because I drew that portrait of Neon. But that's important. It's important to know what he looks like in the face. Also, his thigh needs to be, like, moved up. I don't know how to draw legs when they're not just straight. That's also another thing I struggle with. So when people, like, sit or do, like, cross-legged, I'm like, where do your legs attach to your body? How does that work? I think this is good, though. I think I'm actually doing not so bad, anatomy-wise. This needs to be a little farther up, though. There we go. And there's arms to draw. Jesus Christ. There you go. Hand. Yeah, this is why I don't sketch on stream. Because I am not a quick sketcher. It's easier if I sketch off stream and then we do everything else on stream. Because this takes me forever. Yeah, talking at the same time also doesn't help me. There's a foot that comes down, but I can't see it. Also, that's so weird. That makes the calf look so long. Wait, something's not right. I think the thigh is too long. Something's not clicking. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Cooking! When people ask me if I know how to cook in the kitchen, I tell them yes, and then I show them my artwork. And they go, mm-hmm. I'm so bad at talking and drawing at the same time now. It's really funny. That's interesting. You know, they think that you would get better, or like people assume that you'd be really good at it right after streaming for so long. It's like, no, 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 no. That's all I have to say. It's like, no explanation. Just like, no, no. I wish, but no. Yeah, like, don't talk to me. This is why, like, in school, too, like, I could never study or, like, do projects with people. And I never understood how my classmates could do that in the same room. Like, even in a classroom, I'm like, too much noise. Let me work on my own stuff, please. But then again, I was always, like, not antisocial, but I was always, like, the very lone wolf. Lone wolf. Not to romanticize it or anything, but yes. Anyway, arm. Technically, wait, I'm lost. Hold up. Let me look at this reference. Okay, his arm is actually resting on his knee around like here or something like that. And then his arm. Foreshortening is also another thing I have issues with. Like in stick figure theory, like when I do it like this, it makes sense. But when I actually execute, it's like the arm looks too short, but that's what it's supposed to be. I hate it though. I hate it. You look like you got baby arms. No! All right. Yeah, I don't know. So sketch. I guess we can sketch over it like quickly, so that I can at least get like them into it. Like, can you guys tell it's just like Neon and Luo? Don't answer that. Is this how it would work? I feel like would Neon be closer? Would they sit closer together? Also, is this like the proper size comparison? Who's who? This one's supposed to be Luo. This one's supposed to be Neon. I think. Hold up. Hold up. We need it. I was like, oh my god, did I sketch on the same layer by accident when I didn't mean to? No, I didn't. He's supposed to be like here. Oh my god. It's also hard to know like height difference when they're in different positions. When they're not standing next to each other, I don't know how to convey their height difference. Like, does this look right? No idea. Lua's the one that's sitting, or is supposed to be sitting. Oh, I should flip the canvas. That's gonna give me nightmares. Okay, not terrible. Buff up them arms. I don't pay nearly enough attention to height differences. Height differences. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Something in me that's always like, hell, yeah. Also, the leg looks so too short or too not thick. I mean, is this good? I'm gonna assume. I think it's fine. Oh, I don't want to, but I'm like, it's good enough. But I'm like, I could do better. I know I could do better. That didn't work out. Okay, that looks better. I just wanted to make it less askew. There you go. I mean, I still think his leg is like too short or not long enough, but it's weird. Like you flipping the canvas on your own, so proud. I know. Can you believe it? The thing that motivates me to flip the canvas is that it just helps me see what's wrong. And ultimately, like, it just works. It's the foreshortening thing again. That's why I had such difficulty. Also, his foot's supposed to be more angled. It's so weird going from like a really low energy song to a high energy song. Thank you, playlist. Thank you for that whiplash. Hold up. I think you're too skinny, and then we gotta bring your body. Okay, this isn't gonna help me. Like doing really minuscule details. I think we should get into like the nitty gritty of like actually drawing. Also, his arm's supposed to be on his knee. I just realized that. Oh my god. Oh my god. It should be like right here, I think. Looking at the negative space or like the distance, it should be here. And then like half. I think. Okay. I'm okay. And is this right? Yeah, this leg is right, I think. Although there is his foot's supposed to pop out under here, but I don't know how that works. I legitimately don't know how that works. I think we can leave it. I don't know. It's supposed to be quick sketch, but I'm like, ugh. This low-key does remind me of school when we would do like live drawing. A fun practice that a lot of people do for light drawing is they'll go do light drawing poses and then they'll draw a character over it. And that feels like what I'm doing right now, essentially. Oh, I didn't draw like their eye lines and stuff. That helps me. I think I made their faces too long. Hawkeye July taught me how to do that, but sometimes I make them too long. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, 1 more hour. 1 more hour. Let's at least finish this. Oops, I'm on a different layer. Wow, that's great. Oh, that's great. Or they're too small and I have to totally resize them 15 times. I know, it's really hard. Makes me really question why I wanted this profession. Or why I went into this. Kidding. Oh, wait, I didn't finish this arm. Okay, the arm. Okay, that looks more accurate. See? Like, having this length. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ah, you can't see it, but that's a hand. That's supposed to be an arm. Oh, wait. That's what I came here for. Eyeline and stuff. This is like... Yeah, the face is weird. This is just a base sketch for sure. I think the forehead's a little too big. There we go. There. That might be where the line is. The eyeline is. I don't know. That's what I tell myself. Yeah, these aren't perfect. For sure. I'm hoping the second sketch or the sketch over will help me work out some of these like kinks. Cause I'm like, that is not his face. That's not what his face looks like, but let's just get the base in so that it can help me. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. I mean, I technically don't have to do this because we did decide on the color scheme for Luo, so that kind of that was the whole point of this. But you know what? We'll let's have fun. We'll have fun and just sketch them together. Oh my god, my brush is so big. What the fuck? Ew. Maybe my sketch brush is like really big. Okay, there you go. Okay. I completely forgot what Neon looks like. We just drew his face and I forgot what he looks like. Oh, also I had to draw his face in a 3/4 view. Oof. Oof. Also, it's so small. How big did I draw this on the canvas? Should we enlarge it while we're here? That might be a good idea too. Just to make it bigger. You know, are the angles right? I feel like they are. Usually I would like use my pen to sort of measure. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I did it. Never mind. Alright, face. Technically I shouldn't be zooming in, but it's a bad habit. I don't need to ruin my eye. I don't need to strain my eyes further than I already did today, so that's my excuse. I used to give my character such big cheeks on the side or from like the 3/4 view, but now I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I had to do that. I think it looked kind of funny. Oh wait, I don't even know why I'm drawing that. I'm like, it's gonna get covered anyway. Luo, not Luo. Goddamn, I'm getting them mixed up. Nyan is like covered from all the way up to his neck, essentially. I'm trying to decide whether or not Nyan can eat normal food. I think it would be kind of cute if he could, but he like would either get like really sick from it or it just wouldn't do him anything. Like it wouldn't even taste good, but he just misses the taste of like his comfort food, so he still eats it. And I would think that he like really misses garlic, but he can't eat he can't eat it. And that's like one of the biggest qualms of being a vampire. Like sure you get powers and stuff like that, but I can't now he can't eat garlic. Yay, more ice cream cake. You deserve it. Go get your ice cream cake. That reminds me, I had an appointment today too. I went and got my eyes looked at. I should also get dessert or at least eat something good. Which reminds me, I am getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. I think I only have like 40-ish minutes left. Do it. Yeah. I'll see what's around. Okay, what direction is he looking in? Also, that is not his face. That's not his eyes. Whoops. That's so funny. I need to go reference my own artwork again. Pull up that picture of Nyan that we just drew. Like an hour ago. Okay, what direction do we want him to be looking in? Want him to be looking at the camera? Maybe. Or I would have him looking like down, but I feel like that's a little awkward. Oof, eyebrows. Okay. Okay, not so angry. Stern, but not angry. That's the vibe we're going for. Whoops. There we go. Is that too stern? Maybe that is too stern. Hold up. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, what is he holding in his hand? I didn't decide. I guess he could just have his hand out like kind of like that, but nothing is being held in it. In the original reference picture, it's a cigarette, but I don't think. Well, maybe he would smoke. I don't know. Can vampires smoke, or is that like against something that they can't do? No, I don't think so. I think he could, but I don't know if I want to promote that. Maybe he would just need something to take a little off the edge, you know? I don't know. The eyes are so weird. Oh my god. Yeah, I always draw the other eye differently, and this is a great way to help me out. But oof, that was rough. Oh, my Tamagotchi is calling me. I am busy. Yeah, ever since I accidentally like angered my Tamagotchi, I have been feeling a little bad, and I've been a little more attentive. But still, I'm kind of like not as attentive as when I first started taking care of it, and I feel a little sad. I wonder what's the longest a Tamagotchi has stayed alive without like resetting. Is there a record for that? Like, can you imagine a Tamagotchi that's like 50 years old or something? Like one Tamagotchi, they don't even do anything. They don't like grow or anything like that. Especially my Tamagotchi, which is just a BTS one, so it never grew in the first place. But I wonder if normal Tamagotchis like have that. I'm letting muscle memory take over with this. I'm like, do I remember how to draw him? We just drew him. feel like his face is a little too chubby. Gotta like cut it down a little bit. Yeah, also the optometrist has reminded me that to wear sunglasses outside. I always forget. For some reason in my brain I'm like sunglasses don't do anything. Like I'm not driving and I'm not looking directly to the sun, but that's not the point. That's not what sunglasses are for. They don't prevent like you not being able to, or it's not supposed to protect you from direct sunlight. It's just like sunlight period. And as someone who like wants to take better care of their eyes, I should probably start wearing sunglasses more often. All right. I don't remember what Nyan and Luo look like, so I should probably import their. We should import their sketches and put it on the side so I can at least remember kind of what they look like. File, import images. See, this is why I'm glad we did the portrait and the portraits today. Totally working. I gotta crop this one. Oh well, whatever. We'll put it on the side, like here. Where is the other one? Wait, that's L. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O Q Q R S. Wait, I went past that. Okay, here it is. There we go. At least I know what they look like. Kind of. At least I have a good reference, even though I can't really see. That. Yeah, the other sketch that we did yesterday of them, I don't like it anymore. We're gonna have to redo that pose. I think it's the pose and stuff like that, and just like the lack of knowing what their face looks like. So with the knowledge we have today, we can do a little better and redraw it whenever. I feel like his nose needs to be a little shorter, like up here. No, too much. You used to draw noses so high on the face. It's kind of like that cute anime kind of thing, but I think the thing that scarred me was my dad saw me drawing and it was like, he has your character has like a snub nose, and I was like, okay, looks like I'm changing up how I draw. I'm also never showing people my art ever again. That's how it felt though. Whenever I got criticism as like a young artist, I was like, oh, I'm embarrassed that's not right the first time. Gotta delete everything, chat. I can never draw his hair twice in a row. I only get it right like every third of the time I'm drawing his goddamn hair. There we go. Okay, that looks a little. Yeah. Here we go. I'm trying to think of like his eyes. Something looks wrong. Yeah, I can't pinpoint what's wrong. Jesus Christ. Is that it? Maybe his eyes needed to be a little adjusted to the side. A little bit. I don't think I angled his eyes enough because his eye shape is very specific. We just covered this and I can't remember. There it goes. See, that looks like him. Oh my god, too much. Now it looks like he's looking up because I added space above his pupil. So it looks like it's high up. There we go. A little better, but a little more. There we go. Okay, glasses. Trying glasses at an angle is hard. It's also a tangential nightmare, but oh well, we roll. They have tools on Clip Studio where it's just like a pair of glasses and you pick the angle that it's at, you just put it on there like a stamp. May have to invest in that, or either that or get a ruler. I think something new that was added to Clip Studio was there was a glasses model so that you could fully see or be able to draw the glasses properly, but I don't know if my Clip Studio is up to date. I have been paying for it, but I don't know if I'm using the most up to date version. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Not looking bad. He's not looking too bad. Alright, clothes. My favorite part. Maybe hopefully one day we can render this render this fully. Because, oh boy, I am not getting through all the poses that I wanted to sketch. So we should at least do something with this. Okay. If I can get this collar down, everything else will fall into place. Because the collar shows exactly the angle of where everything is. But it's harder. It's harder than I thought. Okay, his jacket. I wonder if I can at least just get the flow of his jacket. I wonder if this pose is a little too sassy for him. I mean, it's got a nice swagger to it, but I don't know if he would stand at this in this pose. Let's just imagine. Let's just have fun and imagine. So I think this has to be brought but there's like tangents. Oh well, okay, good enough. Right, I forgot his coat. Jesus Christ. All of these all these references that I need are not on the page. Oh well. What am I even doing? I'm trying to figure out if I should do it flowing, if his cape, not cape, his long jacket, in a flowing position, or if it just be standing. At least do it like this, maybe. That's very vampire-y to have your coat sort of flow, always be flowing. There's this imaginary or magical wind always behind you. That feels kind of weird though. Or maybe it would flow. Well, okay, we can't have it go in this direction because then that would cover Luo. So, we're stuck with this. Yeah, calling the OCs by their names does kind of help me warm me up to actually talking about them, because that's sort of the first start, right? Like a name, just even saying them or calling them by their name, rather than me just being like, oh, my character or this guy. It's like, okay, you're getting a little bit of confidence about when it comes to talking about your OCs. That's great. I have no reason for him to be dressed like so vintagely, just because. For me, well, like from a design perspective, it's like vampires, very Victorian, very like that's like their style, very iconic and almost like recognizable. That's the most recognizable style. But like from a world perspective, I have no reason to have him dressed like so like a grandpa, I guess. Other than like he's a detective, so he looks like a detective, but that's really it. Otherwise, it's just like, why are you dressed as a grandpa? A lot of his outfit, like aspects of his outfit, is just because I like it. That's like the biggest reason. Like the leather straps on his arms and on his shoulders. Also because I just needed interest. I remember, so there's this little pin on his, what do you call this? Like collar kind of thing. And I wanted a chain to drip from it, but I couldn't find another place to connect it. I didn't want it to just sort of hang there. So I was like, all right, give him these like these leather straps around his what armpit, like, or the, what do you call this area? But anyway, put leather straps there so at least he can connect to this. That works out. That reminds me, I should ask Mitsuki what she wants to do for her birthday. I forgot it's August, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And I feel like this is not such a uncommon thing. All right, like I don't remember what day her birthday is. I know it's in August. I just can't remember the specific day, and it always kind of sneaks up on me. That's the case with like most friends. If your birthday isn't in May, then I don't remember when your birthday is, because like the easiest way for me to remember someone's birthday is like how far or close to it mine is. So like I have a friend whose birthday is May 12th, so, or not May, yeah, May 12th and like May 10th. So I'm like, oh, the that's like really close to my birthday. I remember. But if your birthday is like other than that, then I don't remember yours. And I know it's sad, but I'm sorry. I know I'm not such a good friend about that, but that's my brain not big enough to remember. I'm sorry. I barely even remember my own like parents' birthday. Sometimes I have to remind myself. Okay, outfit. I can't remember if I had his belt slant. I think it does slant at an angle. That's where he keeps his gun. That's another thing. It's like, what weapon do I give Luo, or not Luo, Neon? Because I don't think he would just go in as a detective bare, no arms, no weapon at all. So I do think he would have a gun, which I think is ironic because isn't like silver kind of a thing that kills vampires? So having a metal gun would be kind of ironic. Not silver specifically, but that sort of thing. But anyway, he probably has a gun somewhere, and then I don't know. Is that enough? If Lua has a scythe, then I guess that would kind of work out. But I don't know. I don't know. What other weapon could a vampire have? I was thinking that, so some vampires, according to the internet, can manipulate blood. So I wonder if like maybe we can copy that one anime and give him like a blood blade or something. I don't know. Thinking, had to think. Because I think swords is another imagery attached to vampires. It's just sort of that Victorian thing. So maybe I would like to give him a sword, at least like a little sword. So he's not just like shooting a gun. But who knows? Did I make his shoulders too wide? I don't know. Maybe I made him too big. Maybe I made him too bulky. Oh my god. Is this what he looks like? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm spending way too much time on that. We have to move on to different parts of his outfit. I really like all of the designs that I gave him, like all his little stuff, his pins. Oh, his tie! You have to draw his tie too. His tie is like one of my favorite parts of his design. I don't typically put a lot of like religious symbols into my designs because I don't think I'm really allowed to use it, or in my brain I think it's forbidden, right? Like people are gonna get mad if I use it, but I think people just wear crosses for fun all the time. So it's like why give a fuck? And if people get mad at me, then they get mad at me. So this is like kind of like my first dabble into putting that into a design. I mean, it's like you kind of have to for a vampire. They always have religious symbolism on them attached. It's like very Victorian kind of thing. So like it's kind of weird for me, but I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I think it adds a lot. I think his tie is like way longer. I can't remember. No references. Like we said, we don't have our references on here. Fine, I'll pull it up. Again, I had to like search through, go through the whole alphabet to try and find this one file. Yeah, his tie is actually really long. Hold up. Yeah, I drew this way inaccurately. Hold up. One day I will train myself to draw these two guys from memory, from muscle memory. So that whenever people are like, oh, draw this, I'd be like, all right. Or draw something, I'd be like, all right. Draw some kissing or something, I don't know. Yeah, his belt does have like a little slant to it also. Okay. High waisted. It would end here. Oh, you don't get to see his cool tie in the drawing. Whatever. Oh well, I love his tie though. You have returned. I hope you enjoyed your ice cream cake. We're struggling to draw clothes, and we don't get to see his cool tie that I put so much effort into designing. Also, I just realized how long his tie is. Okay. Well, you know, it's a fashion statement. It's fashion. Yummy. Makes me want to try. It makes me want to. Makes me want to. I was going to try and do a Jennifer Coolidge impression, but I don't know how to do her impression without saying the word hot dog. Because that's sort of like the thing to get into character. It's like, oh, it makes me want a hot dog real bad kind of thing, but I can't do it without saying hot dog. What even was Jennifer Coolidge's role in the Minecraft movie? What the fuck did she do? She went on a date with a villager. That was it. Which that reminds me, you guys remember on Discord how I said I saw an ad for Brendan Fraser for a rental family thing? Turns out The marketing was just so good because it's for a movie about an American actor going to Japan to become part of this rental family sort of business thing. That is the whole ad, and I fell for it, and it was just too good. So also, it was not AI, which is good, not AI, but it's not real. It's for a movie, which is just as disappointing. I really wanted to rent Brendan Fraser. Can you imagine like Brendan Fraser as like I don't know my dad for the day? I don't know. I think that would have been kind of fun. Go to Japan, Brendan Fraser. I'm such a huge fan. So many details I had to draw. I can't even remember. I love his Apple pen, by the way. Also the Apple imagery. I thought I was very clever for that. Because apples have to do a lot with like immortality in a way. So I was like, oh hell yeah. And it's red. And it's red. That's perfect. Whatever. A very crude drawing of his stupid pen. Yeah, well, looks like I'm gonna be watching Brendan Fraser's newest movie, so I mean I had to at this point. I fell for the ad. I might as well see what the fuck it's about, right? Cause it's such a weird, like a yeah, it's an interesting concept for a movie. I can't believe I fell for it. I feel kind of not dumb per se, but yes, I do feel a little dumb. I'm like, damn it, it's a movie ad. Why didn't I? I wish I was the one to be like, oh, it must be a movie. But no, I was like, oh my god, Brendan Fraser is a part of a family rental service in Japan. It's like, no. You know, I don't know if we're gonna get to Luo today, honestly. The question is like for next stream, do we want to continue sketching this or do we want to work on like reference sheets for these guys? Because I would want to finish the sketch, but it's like, do I need to? Because the whole point was to sort of feel out their vibe for their designs, and we did come to a conclusion about that. So I wonder. That would be so mean, like leaving out leaving out Luo, only drawing Yan. Rip Luo. Sorry. My son, I'm sorry. I mean, I did draw you a lot. I mean, I can't. You can't. You gotta cut me some slack. It's not like I neglected you because I did draw you a lot outside the stream, so that I could figure out what color scheme that I liked. I drew you like 3 times. I've only drawn Neon like once. You know what's really cool? What's cool? Ice. That's a good one. Is that the answer? Did we win? You can really see the evolution in my art style post Hawkeye July. Yeah, that is cool. Oh yeah, especially when you look at like the fucking the first drawings of them together. Yeah. No idea what their concept was gonna be like. Just had to draw 2 hot guys and this is what I came up with. And now look at them together. Yeah, it is nice to see that growth. That is cool. You are right. You're right. That's cool. You get a cool point. Yeah, those were rough. I was kind of looking back at those and I was like, wow, they look so rough. Can you imagine like the puberty they had to like go through? That's essentially like art puberty for like art or for OCs. This is their puberty. The power of hot guys. The power of drawing a lot. What the fuck? The power of art and improvement, not the power of hot guys. I did all that. They didn't do any of that. I know hot guys just started as a joke, but it made you. I did really improve. I mean, I did want to draw hot guys. So like the biggest, so Inktober, right? So Inktober is a month wide challenge where there's themes and stuff. Like that's sort of the thing that made monthly challenges sort of famous. The reason why that started was because the guy who made it wanted to improve his ink drawing. So he drew using ink every day. That's why it's called Inktober. So I always knew in my brain, like, if you want to improve, you just have to keep drawing them all the time. So I did want to do Hawkeye July at one point, but I didn't realize how much of an impact it would have. Just like in general, like not even on the internet, but just like in general. I wonder if that's what I'm going to be known for. Yeah, their early contents were like really rough. So I'm glad they look like this now. Gotta keep drawing hot guys. Next year will be easier. Yeah, for sure. I can't believe I had to wait. And I mean, I think it will go by really quick, so I shouldn't say anything. But wow, waiting a whole another year to do Hawkeye July. Wait, okay. What direction would his foot go in? I have no idea. Drawing shoes, not something I'm really used to. And you can kind of tell. Yeah, I've never done an art fight, and I'm actually, well, I contemplated doing it all the time, but every time I hear something about art fight, it's like, oh, art fight was so bad. And I'm like, all right, looks like I'm okay. Never mind. Or it's like, oh, I hated art fight this year. It's like, oh, okay, guess I'm not joining art fight. Mom looks the handsome draw hot guy. That could be me. I don't know. Or like I go to a convention and it's like, oh my god, you're the Hawkeye July girl, and I'd be like, or either that I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I've actually I don't know if I should tell you this. Never mind. Maybe I'll keep it a little secret. Maybe I'll keep it a little surprise for you. Never mind. Never mind. Forget I said anything about that. But yes, you should commission me. But I was thinking about that. Name credits to you first. Yes. No. I didn't say anything. Anyway, I didn't say anything. Chat delete that or mods delete that. Wouldn't that be funny if all of a sudden the stream like deleted itself? I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know what you mean. I didn't say anything. Wow, what a sexy shoe. I think it's too big. I'm not gonna lie. I think I made his shoes too big. I will leave it to surprise. I mean, I don't even know if I mean. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I have a bad habit of like having secrets. Yeah, when you buy someone a gift for their birthday and you're like, you want to tell them, you're like, you're like you're gonna love the thing I gave you, but I can't tell you until it happens. Yeah, that's how I feel. Although it's not birthday related or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, like if I tell you, it's not gonna be a cool surprise, 2 years later. 2 years later, what the fuck? It won't take me that long, but I do not know how this foot's supposed to be. I'm not gonna lie. There, I think that. I mean, I don't know. Wait, okay, we have like 6 minutes left. Can we draw? Can we at least get like Luo's like face in here at least? He could just be naked next to next. Oh, the visual of that is funny. The imagining. It's like, bro, what the fuck happened to your clothes? They didn't. She didn't draw them. Do I debut every year? Is that what? Is that the what you call? Is that my thing? Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, debuting kind of gets old the more times you do it. Like, if you do it, like, sometimes, like, oh, cool, you, like, revamped all your stuff, but it's, like, at that point, it's, like, how many times you gonna revamp? How many times you gonna change up your stuff? Anyway, yeah. I mean, if I told you what I was thinking, then it wouldn't be a surprise, and I'd rather it be a surprise than anything. So I'm just gonna let that cook. I'll let you cook and, become anxious over it. That's not nice. I'll just let you stir over it. The last time I debuted was like 4 years ago, so it was like not actually the first time I debuted. I didn't even have my model for a whole year, about a year maybe. So, I don't do it that often. I don't do it too often. No one needs to look at my old model. Actually, I don't know what you're talking about, re-debut. Ha! I've never re-debuted. This is the first model I've ever had. I've never had a PNG, and my models have always looked so good. I don't know what you're talking about. I've always looked this great. No one look. No one look at Retro Masa, please. Do not. I swear to God, do not. Okay, never mind. I don't want to bring this up. We do not need to look at Retro Masa, please. Let's just, well, that term, live in the present. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not look at that. Oh. Having a model, having to rig, it's fun. I do enjoy rigging, and it is fun, but it is hella tedious. But I think the thing that makes it so worth it, like, just animation period, is just what you call the product, just having, animation and stuff like that. That's why I studied animation because I was like, the process is tedious, but the product, that's pretty nice. I always contemplate going back to PNG because you actually get a lot more views as a PNG tuber. Because the West isn't totally too. What do you mean my status is moving on its own? I am drawing. I'm drawing, but like not drawing. How long did it take for your PNG to stand up? Like a year or two? I can't remember. Oh, am I still holding boba? Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, you're right. That's been there for a little bit. I need a minute. Sorry. When you're trying to role play, but the person you're role playing with doesn't understand what you're saying. Should we save? I'm not even done. Ugh, Luo, your face is ugly. Oh, don't say that. That's so mean. I mean, oh, okay. I'm glad I'm glad I took away the boba cup for you to put the boba cup back on. That's great. Yay, hydrate. Yay, also and save. Yay, control S. It is like the 3-hour mark. Oh, I wanted to at least finish Luo's face, but you know what? We drew him already. Look at his face. So handsome. What a handsome MF. He is very attractive. I will say that. I will give myself points for that. Now that I've been a minor inconvenience, alas, it's time to go. It is time to go. Yeah, maybe we'll come back to this. Who knows? I do want to make references of them, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe like at the beginning of the stream tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm I'm not streaming tomorrow. I don't want to stream like every day of the week. That's insane. But anyway, yeah, maybe like when do we come back? Thursday. We'll finish up the sketch and then work on references. Cause I do. That's like my bread and butter reference sheets. That is my bread and butter. But anyway, yeah, I can't believe I streamed 2 days in a row. That's a lot, even for me. What you call, what is that word called? Like hardened streamer, you know. But yeah, it is time to go for sure. I have to dip too. So yeah, guys. Oh wait, let me take my boba. Let me put my boba cup down. Guys, I will see you next time. I hope you guys enjoyed my OC stuff. Just having fun with that. Kind of new, kind of brand new content. I don't usually do this, but you know, I'm not opposed to doing more OC stuff because I like it. Did he do a posture check? Yeah, we did do a posture check, and I did check my posture. My back is straightened for sure. Can we see you figure these two out as you go? I know. I am excited. I do really like them. Yeah, so I can't wait for the growth, the brainstorming that we're gonna have as we draw them together. I still need to do some weapon concepts too, like again Luo's scythe, and then Nyan has like I was talking about this earlier, but I don't know if anyone heard. But I was trying to give him a gun plus another weapon, but I haven't decided on what that weapon would be. So I was thinking of a blood blade because that's the thing that vampires do. They manipulate their blood, and there's an anime character that I can kind of think of that does that. That's kind of cool. So anyway, we'll figure it out. That requires me to do some thinking on the side. So guys, I am going to head out now. So yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday for more OC stuff. Have a good night, everyone. Eat safe. I was just say eat safe. Stay safe, stay healthy, eat good food, drink water, and yeah, bye bye, everybody.